Wars are usually remembered for factories, assembly lines, and mass production. But some weapons were not made in factories. They were forged in silence, in hidden workshops, from broken metal, discarded tools, and pure necessity. This is the true story of how a blacksmith, with no access to factories, no supply lines, and no modern machinery, turned scrap into weapons of war. Not to conquer, but to survive. During wartime, supply chains collapse, steel becomes rare, ammunition disappears, weapons are confiscated or destroyed. For resistance fighters, militias, and isolated communities, survival meant improvisation. They could not wait for help, they had to build it. And at the center of this improvisation stood an ancient profession, the blacksmith. Long before modern warfare, blacksmiths shaped the tools of civilization: swords, axes, armor. In wartime, their skills became invaluable again. A blacksmith understood heat, pressure, balance, metal, memory, where others saw junk, twisted rails, broken machinery, vehicle parts. The blacksmith saw raw material. Scrap metal came from everywhere. Abandoned vehicles, destroyed buildings, farming tools, railway tracks. Each piece had a different carbon content, strength, and weakness. The blacksmith tested it by sound, color, and spark. No lab tests, no manuals, just experience. Using basic forges, fueled by charcoal or coal, scrap was heated until it glowed orange, then hammered, folded, reheated, hammered again. Knives were shaped first, simple, deadly, reliable. Next came spears, machetes, and bayonets. Some blacksmiths even created crude firearms components, trigger mechanisms, springs, barrels drilled by hand. Each weapon was imperfect, but functional. And in war, functional is enough. Zip guns, pipe guns, single-shot pistols, using pipes, springs, and firing pins made from nails. Blacksmiths created weapons that could fire at least once. Sometimes that was all that was needed. These weapons were dangerous to use, but more dangerous to ignore. For resistance fighters, even a single shot could mean escape or survival. In forests and jungles, handmade weapons had advantages. They were quiet, easy to repair, and disposable. Blacksmiths also built traps, spike pits, swinging maces, tripwire blades. These weapons didn't require ammunition. They required patience, and they created fear, a powerful weapon on its own. Blacksmiths were hunted, captured for interrogation, executed if discovered. Every strike of the hammer was a risk, but they continued, because without weapons, resistance died. And without resistance, freedom vanished. Many of these weapons were never recorded. They were buried, destroyed, forgotten, but their impact remains. They prove one truth of history: technology matters, industry matters, but human ingenuity matters more. From scrap metal and fire, a blacksmith turned weakness into strength. No factories, no blueprints, no recognition, just skill, courage, and necessity. Because when survival is on the line, even junk can become a weapon.